I thought you laid it out perfectly. And listen, you said it best throughout this, and it's kind of created this whole, misunderstanding here. You said essentially, I'm down to fight Israel Adesanya in the rematch of the middleweight title, but I want to have Christmas with my family. I have a child that's about to join us in the world. I would like my time to do that. And then in March or April, I'd be happy to fight. And initially my thought was, all right, Robert's going to do that. We got Hermanson versus Till coming up. If the winner of that can turn around relatively quickly, you can do Adesanya versus the winner of that fight, and then the winner can fight you. Might be April, May, June, but that seemed like it would be okay with you. And then on Saturday, Dana White said that you flat out just didn't want to fight Israel Adesanya, and now he's going to go up to 205 and fight Jan Blachowicz for the light heavyweight title, which the timing of that announcement was just so weird to me, Robert. So let me ask you this. Was that fight ever offered to you, like officially? Was there a date attached to it, or did he just completely misconstrue what you said?
Yeah, that fight was never offered to me. There wasn't even talks up in the air. There was no correspondence at all. And I guess that's the most confusing factor, and then the most annoying part about the whole mess is just that there was no discussion, there was no communication, there was no dialogue, and that's annoying. He twisted my words around. I think because he had his own designs in the UFC. When I say he, I mean like him and the UFC as an organization. I understand that Dana White doesn't personally want to do things, right? Or maybe he does. Who knows? But I think they wanted that fight. That's a money fight for them. I think that's a fight they wanted to push, and that's the only reason I can see that. The only fight that makes sense for me, and I was very verbal and open about it, is like, I want to fight Adesanya. It's the only fight I want. I just don't want it around Christmas. I have things on, and that was the biggest thing for me after the fight and the conferences and the media and stuff, is just getting my timeline out there, understanding and letting people know that yes, I want this fight. This fight is the only fight that makes sense to me. It's the fight that I earned. The title fight is my right after beating Jared, because that's the type of fight it was. It was a contender fight. So that's the fight I earned. But I have to be there for my family and my kids and my unborn, the newest member that's going to be joining my family in January. That's my biggest, the highest priority right now, is to get my timeline out there, and then I work around that. But it is what it is. I guess we got to wait and see. Right now, I'm sitting at that's the only fight. That still is the only fight that makes sense for me. That Israel fight. That is the fight that I have a right to. That title fight. I guess I fight him at 185, or I meet him up. If he beats Jan, then I go up to light heavy and bash him there.
You mentioned, I mean, you're in a very good place in the sport. You're having fun. You're enjoying what you're doing. But is there like a small part of you when things like this happen that wishes you had any other job on the planet? Because with any other job on the planet, your timeline would not be a problem whatsoever. You would get the time off. They would celebrate it. They would give you everything that you needed. But here, it's a problem for some reason. Yeah,
this sort of stuff just shits me up the wall. Like it is the one part, like it's a part that I do hate about the sport. I hate all these political sort of ploys and plans, and I just hate it. It's such a pain in the ass. Like I'm a fighter. I'm a warrior. You put me up against an opponent. You tell me to fight this guy. I'm happy to do that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a thug. Like I'm not just a dude that wants to go bruising and just fighting people. But like I am a warrior. This is what I do. This is my trade. But I don't like dealing with all that. Like it's very straightforward. It's supposed to be very straightforward. That's why the rankings are there. That's why there's a ladder. That's why it's supposed to be very simple. But it's not.
You made it as clear as day. Like you could not have laid this out any better, Robert. Like you didn't say, I want Adesanya, but you got to pay me $10 million to do it, or the money's got to be right. I want a new contract. I want this or that. You basically said, like, give me Christmas and give me the birth of my child, and then I will fight him anytime you want after that. I don't understand what the problem is here. I don't get it.
Mate, you and me both. You, me, a lot of my fans, a lot of other media, just about everybody else. I don't get it. So, but it is what it is. All we can do is just roll with the punches. I'm still going to enjoy Christmas and the birth of my child, and then worry about the rest afterwards. See what Adesanya and Jan's doing, and take it from there.